Yeah, I'm on my own. I don't need no one. I don't. Yeah, I'm in my zone. Cross my heart and break my bones. Now they say they wanna ride for me. Now they say they wanna fight for me. Yeah, I'm on my own. I don't need no one. I don't.
Hey, what is good, YouTube? This is Stunt here. This is a slightly different video than I usually do, but I thought I'd do a quick install of the Thrill Seeker's Zooz seat cover. So what you're gonna need is an upholstery staple gun, a 5mm hex, and that's basically it. So let's get right into it. Before we start the install, I would just want to do a quick overview of the seat cover and my first impressions on it. I got the one with the double stitching on it, so it should be more durable if I ever lay the bike down practicing wheelies or anything like that, which I already did I already did lay it down once already, so that's why I got an extra seat just in case. I'm gonna put this one over the one I have now that I laid down a little bit. The wheelie got away from me, so that's why I got this cover, hopefully to protect the seat that I already damaged. And if I somehow damage this, I will replace it with a brand new seat. I'm sure I won't need this, but I got this just in case, and it's only $100, so it wasn't nothing too crazy. So it's nice to just have in hand. I like to keep my things pristine, so I figured it would be a good idea to just grab another one. But I got Stunt on the front, custom letters there, and I got the UU 750 right on this side here. I thought that would be a nice addition to it. I was gonna put Zooz there, but I figured the UU 750 would look a little better because that's what I'm riding. But yeah, the double stitching is awesome. It's extremely grippy, so you can imagine that it could be really nice for stand-ups and knee knockers and everything like that, and your butt will stick on the seat really well. It's extremely, like, the material on this, I was very impressed with it. I thought it was going to be definitely not this high quality. It feels awesome, so let's get right into it. Start the install. Alright, so the first step, you're going to want to lay the Zooz down on a soft, flat surface. I got an ab mat right here, so just going to use that, or yoga mat. But just so the throttle doesn't crack, or I actually have a little bell on there I put on there. It's pretty stealthy, low-key looking, so don't want to screw that up. Yeah, so you just want to have it on a nice flat surface just like that. So one other quick tip before we start the install. So like I said, you're going to want the 5mm, but for the bolts in the middle, you're going to want an extra long hex so it can actually reach all the way through. This one's actually not long enough, so make sure you have one that's long enough here. Alright, so personally what I like to do is I like to loosen them all a little first before I start doing the middle ones here. So just, get it loose. And the one back here, loosen that up. And then once you loosen these ones up a little bit, then you can start doing the middle too. And like I said, you're gonna want to use one of these ones that are actually a little bit longer so they can actually reach. I think these are the extra long hexes you can buy. Alright, so for these middle two, you're gonna want to find the groove first. It's pretty deep in there, and if you can get it's gonna rub the seat every time right here, so you're gonna have to reposition it every turn, which is a little bit, makes it more of a tedious task here, but you don't want to scratch the paint. So start loosening these, and you really gotta finesse through the wires here, so make sure you get it. And we'll go on the other side. Start loosening up this side. It's gonna rub the post every time, so you're just gonna have to reposition it, which is, there you go. Yeah, you're just gonna want to make sure though that you use some hex that's long enough to get in here, because it's definitely down in there. at least I'd say 4 inches or so. These feel pretty loose now. I guess we can start loosening up the front and the back, because you want to take out the front and the back first before you want to do the middle two last. So that's pretty much where most of the weight's at. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna want to take out the front and the back first before you do the middle two. So these are, so put this one's for the front, and this one's for the back here. This is pretty much out. Oh, I guess it holds down, yeah, the plastic too. All right, and then we'll do the middle two, or finish them, because I already started it. But yep, the middle two will be a little cumbersome, but in the end, I'm sure it'll look good and it'll be worth it. You really gotta get in there, and then you gotta reposition every time because it's just a hair too long. You don't want to scratch the paint. The seat feels pretty loose. It's about to pop off. It'd be hard to get them screws down in there. If you have a hard time getting out the middle two bolts, you can just, once you loosen them all the way out, you can just pop it over and the bolts will fall out and you can just pick them up from the ground. But here's like the damage I had from kind of just taped over it. When I was doing a wheelie, I kind of laid it down a little bit. So that's what the new seat cover is for. Let's get to the install. Stapling the new seat cover on. See how this looks. All right, so this next step should be pretty much self-explanatory. Here's the seat, and you're gonna want to line up the seat cover, and make sure when you do install the seat cover, you want to make sure that it's tight and good positions. So when you do staple it, it's not crinkled or folded up in any spots, and so it doesn't look bad. Tucking on the sides. Let's just see how it looks from this end here. Okay, we're probably going to want to pull it down this way toward a little bit more. Feels like there's a little room in the front there. So I've done this on my motorcycle before. What I like to do is make sure all the sides are even. Yeah, so I'd say the best way to install this would be start it from the back end here. You want to make sure that the top of this is lined up with the back of the seat as far as possible. So you're really going to want to stretch this back part, and then I would start out by stapling the back first and line up this line here, seam, that middle bolt there. Once you have that lined up, you can work your way down. Start the process. All right, so I made some progress here. What I did first, I started out on each end. So I started on this end first, and then this end after. So I just made sure like it's lined up correctly on each side, and then I'll just kind of like work my way in. So we're almost done. Just have to finish up this lip here and ready to install the seat cover. Yeah, so pretty much after finish up stapling this part, we're ready to get it back on the Zooz. We're basically done. We just have these lips right here that are kind of a little excess here. It's kind of hard to tuck it down in there, so I'm really just gonna have to work that in through, or somehow push it down a little farther and staple it down a little better. But other than that, this seat is a pretty quick install. Looks awesome. Yeah, this is gonna be sweet. It's like you can just feel there's a lot more grip on it too, so it's gonna be nice to use. And hopefully the double stitching, and I believe that the double stitching that's here and all the way around prevents any fall damage if I ever do drop it again practicing wheelies. That it gives it some protection, and it can take a little beating. So all right, let's get on to installing the seat back onto the Zooz. I got those lips down pretty well, just a little bit on the edge there, but you're not gonna be able to really notice that, so I'm not really too worried about it. It definitely looks awesome for sure. It's gonna be sweet. All right, guys, so what you're gonna wanna do is basically do everything you did before, but reverse. The seat's not bolted in there, but it's kind of pretty, it's tight. It's tight around the frame of the seat there, so it's not going to slip off. Maybe it is. So what I'm going to do is line it up like so. Like that. I'll say probably what you want to do is screw in the front and then the rear first before you do the middle. You probably want to do the middle two last. So make sure you get it lined up. Get the 5mm hex. I'd appreciate it if you guys can leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping a lot more content this year, so recently just got a new Mustang, Ford Mustang, so I'm gonna start doing some content, a little more content on cars. So that should be pretty fun. Looking to do some installs and projects on that. So yeah, you wanna line up that front one there. The rear is gonna be a little tight because there's a lot more material, you know, stuffed in back there from the thrill seeker seat. So it might be better to do it by hand first and then grab your hex. And then you can tighten it up. Yeah, this backside is a little trickier just because you have this plastic piece back here that's, you really gotta push down. You gotta line that up. Let's try that. Oh, that might be good. Yeah, it's probably, you're best off by at least getting it in by hand first. Just shove that plastic down in there a little farther. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it might be better off getting it in there by hand first. It looks like that works for me. Yep, it's tightening up nice. A little trickier because there's a lot more material from the thrill seeker seat, but you'll get it. Just takes a few seconds. Yeah, so once you have the front screw tightened all the way and the back screw, then you can start doing the middle two. The front and the back just gives you, you know, tightens it up for the middle so the middle can get into the holes easier. You don't want to tighten them too tight, just enough. So you can start the middle, and it just makes it easier to get the middle two in once you do these first. Yeah, these middle two it's definitely gonna take a little finesse. So let's start by pulling these wires out a little bit. Yeah, this is gonna be a little tricky for sure. Might just be better dropping it on in there and then kind of finessing it. Yep, I got it. I don't know how I did that. Slipped it in there and got lucky. That's what she said. Yeah, so I got this side in. It looks like this other side though has a little more wires on it. Might be, see if I can get some luck again. Kind of just threw it in there and it landed in the hole. Okay, let's see if I can line that up. I got it, let's go. Yep. So from here, just tightening these up. Should be good to go. That's sweet. I got lucky with those. If you have one of those like magnet kind of like screwdrivers, might be easier actually. I don't have those tools. I just have the hex keys. Yeah, so this is basically it for the install. Just finish tightening these up and I'll flip it back up and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's nice and tight. Yeah, I'd say get these middle two nice and tight so they don't ever get loose. Because you know this, you don't want it losing any bolts or anything like that. Nice. That's nice and tight. Went a lot smoother than I expected. Then once you're done with the middle two, you're gonna push these wires back, tuck those wires back down underneath, make sure it doesn't get in the way when you install the battery. That should be enough. Yeah, that's basically the install right there. And that's pretty much it. You're just gonna wanna flip the bike back over. Let's see what this new seat looks like. Oh, that's sweet. Damn, I love that. It looks awesome. Check that out. This ND Stunt right there. I got the UU 750 on the side. That looks sweet. Check that out. Yeah, this looks awesome. I got Kobe's number up on the front, 24. Got a rep Kobe. Legend. But yeah, the seat cover looks awesome. I'm definitely satisfied with this purchase for sure. And the thing is, you can also buy that like gold gel padding. You can lay that gel padding underneath the seating. So if you want it, like I guess a more comfortable kind of ride, it might mess up the aesthetics a little bit, but I think it's comfy as is stock, so I don't really need anything like that. But yeah, so that's basically a little walk around. Like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, I got a Ford Mustang, so I'm definitely going to drop some content and do some upgrades on that, so you can stay tuned for some more videos this year. And I'll be updating some more Ninja 400 videos as well, so stay tuned. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.